I just went downstairs to get my hands free because I want to show you the bloom on this Hoya kroniana, which is overpowering me right now. This is the only one that has opened the buds, but the fragrance, oh my god, I cannot sit on this chair because it's that powerful. You guys can see that this has not opened. These have not opened. Oh, there's another one here. It's actually open. So there's two open, right? Then again, I thought I've been doing and redoing this video. I'll just do it now. Guys, I'll show you how I got this to grow this well with tips and tricks of a Hoya Highlight video, which has been ages since my last one. So before that, I'll show you, I have a few strands of the snow flake variety, which is also called in another name which I do not like to use. There are dark leaves also on this. So in one kroniana you can see many variations which some people just take off and pot as a separate plant. These leaves can always revert. This is this way because it's hitting the sun dead on. No shield or anything like that, meaning it's not filtered. The sun hits this pretty hard in the mornings, and Sri Lanka, even though it's a tropical country, we have very strong sunny mornings. Okay, that's why it's speckled this strongly. This is a tall pot and I'm growing this in a semi-hydro setup. You guys know all that. The reservoir 1.5 inches tall. To this angle you don't see the proper length, that's why I mentioned it to you. Don't worry about algae. Algae formation is very common within 2 to 3 days of repotting. Because this is transparent, algae would form, especially here in Sri Lanka. So my media is lava rock and charcoal, and I have a thick top layer of pebbles, which is actually less now because I have taken off some when I repot my others. So the first tip would be a well draining medium. Here what I've done is large grade medium at the bottom, medium sized medium at the middle, and small grade medium on top, and then the top layer of pebbles. So if you are potting a strand of it, make sure if the strand is this length, you take off 2 or 3 lines of leaves and insert that whole length into the media, right? Because if one spot fails, the aerial roots on other nodes will definitely root out. You can see aerial roots here also, right? So there's another thing which I do. I fertilize the whole way down, right? And I water the whole trailing down, right? Not only filling the reservoir. The next thing is that you need a really good air movement and morning sun, which is not all the way filtered. I would like if you can expose this to direct morning sun, because this actually loves it, even though requirements say that you should grow this in filtered sun or filtered light condition. So maybe you can run your indoor grow lights 4-5 hours stronger and then reduce it. If you are burning lights for 9 to 12 hours, right? At least the first few hours from morning, I am suggesting you to have it on high. And this type, even though some might try to grow trellised, it's not going to work. Because why? Because this is a very bottom heavy, meaning branching out Hoya, right? All these smaller leaved, thin strands, thin stemmed Hoyas, they tend to branch out a lot, especially when you fertilize or water all along. Wherever you fertilize, whether you fill it here or spray down, it will always be distributed among the other parts wherever it's needed. But once it is established in the pot, it does not need that much of fertilizer. I have not fertilized this for a long time, but at once a lot of pinnacles have started reactivating. At the same time, there will be a lot of new pinnacles developing and blooming for the first time also. So do not trellis, right? Have a good morning sun, A grade, meaning the best quality media, and for it to drain well, flush it, right? And again, for it to drain well, have small, medium, large grades like that if you are using a tall pot like this. But do not over pot. If you are starting with a strand, you can pot it in a small coffee cup. You only have to add pebbles on top to combat the dry top layer, and have a cover pot so it would not topple over, because here again it would be top heavy. With just one strand, it's easy to topple over, right? So if you do not want it to be bottom heavy, you can just water here. So those are the tips that I can give you to grow a very successful Hoya kroniana, right? Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.